Alright, good morning everybody, or afternoon, or evening. Welcome, Paul Tranny here. Kelly Thompson in the house, as
Hello.
you just saw, yay.
Yes.
Second day, day two.
Day two.
How you feeling?
Feeling good, yeah.
Yeah, just gonna have some coffee, gonna get some caffeine
Exactly.
in these bones, and look out. I have 2 cappuccinos over here. We're gonna be done in no time.
Double trouble this one on day two.
Yes, that's why they don't. My computer isn't connected to anything. That's why they're like, yeah, Paul, you're showing your stuff. Okay. Welcome. All right, Gus is in the house. Omar, just doing a shout out. Wondering where you guys are from. Would love to see where you guys are from. Kind of like, even like, because I'm curious as to what time it is for them. Is always kind of fascinating.
It really is.
So, Ryan Ford's in the house. H2B2. I don't know if we've met. Good to see ya. Just say hello. Where are you from? Let us know. We're from beautiful San Francisco. Is this San Francisco? No,
I don't know. I think it's
we
Texas.
are from, Texas.
Paleo, Texas field right here.
Paleo.
A little buffalo roaming in the back.
Yeah,
you
we're
know.
broadcasting from Texas.
Yeah.
I like it. It's nice and quiet here. Poland's in the house. Good to see you. Australia. Oh, love Melbourne. Yep. Couple people.
France.
6 p.m. Perfect. So we're hitting Poland, sort of like Eastern Europe after work. Bangladesh, just like, yeah. Sorry, is it too much, Ryan? Oh, too much energy? Ryan's from Vancouver. He's like, I'm just waking up. You need to calm down. Will do. Nicaragua. Awesome. Never been to Nicaragua. I'd love to go. I need to go through all of Central America. So
many places.
Yeah, and I know you're going to some places, but even looking at this list, it's like, yeah.
I know.
What about Brazil? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
What about Bangladesh? Brooklyn's in the house as well. Paul, welcome. Because we have, we have Anna from Brooklyn. She'll
Antarctica? Dubai?
I'm missing usually. First of all, Holly, if you're really from Antarctica, that's awesome. It's amazing that you have that good of internet to like live stream video and hello to today, to the future. Nobody has said like Mars. That's what I was kind of expecting. All right, so a couple things. I'm going to go over just a couple of housekeeping things before we dive into Kelly's amazing her designs and kind of what we're doing there. Right, I think you're awesome. But nonetheless, if you're on, hopefully you're on good old adobelive.com, because you'll notice, disregard us, but right down here, share your portfolio. Even if you did this yesterday, but just hit that button, that's going to give you the ability to, of course, share to mainly this hashtag right here. So hashtag Adobe Live, show us your portfolio. In about 10 minutes, we will review some portfolios. So that's what we're going to do this morning. And then also, we have, as well as that, we have a contest around good old Project Felix. So that's what that button's for. Enter this contest for Project Felix, using it to basically 3D composites, 3D for designers. So it's made for you guys. The big thing here is we want your feedback because we're building it for you. Super easy to use, just so you know. Here I am in Felix. I literally just kind of snagged some of these assets and brought them in. So it's super easy to work with. I encourage you to, bring in, sure you could bring in some of these models, but you could drop in your own photo in the background. But easily you can see how I can switch. That was render mode, but this is actually sort of the view that I'm in now, so I can actually rotate around this space if I want to. But drop in a model, drop in a photo, you can automatically detect the horizon line, use the lighting from the image, all that fun stuff. Make something interesting. Post it to hashtag. It is make it an experience.
Make it impactful.
Sorry about that. Make it impactful. Yeah, zoop. Make it impactful, as well as contest. And guess what? You can win $1,000. Oh yeah, in Creative Cloud and the mentorship by these guys, which is really cool. I don't know if you know Justin Mahler, Luke Choice, and Jeanette Liao down here as well. Super cool, guys. Housekeeping stuff. I'm done.
Love it. No,
I'm gonna shut up.
I'm learning. I like it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll try to.
Yeah.
We'll do some integration by day 3. We'll
Perfect.
kind of get some integration going. Would be super fun.
Right on.
But yeah, we're all right. how are you doing? Good?
I'm doing well, yep. I left it off where we kept it.
Yeah.
Didn't do anything sneaky except add the chocolate chips in his beard. I started to think about what I want to do today, and then I thought I don't want to do it because then they'll miss it. So.
And can you even step back even further? Because like.
For people who are just getting...
Yeah, just say, like,
yeah.
I'm just tuning in for day 2.
Yeah, if you're just coming in, there was an existing brand called Caveman Cookies, and they were here with their packaging, but a brand called Paleonola acquired them, and I designed their brand. So we're trying to kind of update Caveman Cookies to kind of reflect Paleonola, but still be unique, but look like a family. So we're taking this existing design and tweaking it and just kind of making it a little more modern, simplifying it a bit, dialing up some things, dialing back. So what we did yesterday was kind of distill down these elements. Basically, it was this exists, and then we took that and we made it this, just kind of tying in the cookie into his beard instead of doing Cookie Monster in the mouth style. So then we put that on the box, and we're just starting to lay out the look and feel of the box, the packaging, kind of what's happening. So that's where we left off.
And you're playing like a little bit with color.
Yeah,
right?
Still color. I'm more just using color as blocking right now, just to kind of...
Okay.
I'll likely add more shadows and dimension once I get the layout going. I like to get, with packaging, I like to get all the information on there first and then kind of go and add. Because, again, the information is very important on shelf because people are looking for actual flavor cues or health call-outs and stuff like that. So today I'm going to add in the grain-free and the net weight and see how we're doing with scale, and definitely want to pump up the yum factor and flavor cues of the different options, because right now it's just you can't really cookie, but that's it.
Well, and you have kind of experience in that area, which is kind of new to me. The whole yum factor is something I've heard you mention before, and flavor cues, and like we talked about this yesterday, alpine versus using hazelnut and carob, like what's going to resonate,
right? Yeah, I mean, it's really, flavor is something on shelf that you don't have to think about when you're not designing for grocery. You don't really have to think about appealing to someone's taste buds when they're walking through. And that's another big debate, is like showing the product and showing the flavor cues to help describe, or just distilling it, because people got so crazy with putting all the flavors on ingredients. It got so busy, and then a lot of people just simplified, and that stood out in the midst of the clutter. So there's kind of two things going on shelf, and so it kind of depends on who's next to you and where you are in the shelf space. So there is a lot to think about. So that's why I like to zoom in, zoom out, and in doing that, I realized I want to add some more flavor cues.
Yeah.
And actually, something that might be helpful for people is seeing the different versions. So, tropical.
Yeah, so drastic.
Right? And then New World, but they're having like these little flavor cues. So I might do a version of that, but on the front, and making it more yummy.
Okay.
But just to get a sense of the different ones.
It's like they went through color themes in I'm actually going to it now.
Yeah, show me.
Recolor artwork.
I don't know that.
I mean, I won't show it now, so I'll set up something.
Okay.
But it's just a quick way to find different color combinations. It can go from very ugly to maybe something cool. So it just constantly kind of surprises you.
Okay, all right.
So it's kind of
Looking
fun.
forward to it. Okay, so last time we left with kind of working on starting the health call-outs, and I don't really like the square because he's so round. Everything's rounded. It's too geometric. But I like having something that's front and center. That's really important. So the client said that grain-free is the utmost importance. Like, if you go to this, like, grain-free's almost, he wanted it higher than even the name brand, and
interesting,
even higher than granola, because when you're scanning the shelf, you're looking for you're looking for certain things, and
that might be a big selling point. For
exactly. So definitely want to dial up grain-free.
Yeah. Interesting.
Right? I know.
So this is a common thing that happens with clients, don't you think? Because if you ask a client, like, everything's important. So they want like everything to shout.
Yeah.
So you as a designer have to be like, whoa, hold up, buddy.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
let's,
exactly.
you know,
I had this
prioritize.
questionnaire and I'm like, pick 3. I say order these in importance, and I had like grain-free, product name, and brand name, and I say order them instead of. So I help them.
Yeah.
Decide what's what.
Elania really likes your style.
Thank you.
And so do I. And somebody I read above in the chat, somebody did get some biscuits inspired by this session, which
Perfect.
I think they should have got cookies instead, but if you
Well,
want to
they
get
call
biscuits,
them biscuits in Australia when it technically means cookies sometimes.
I know, I'm just playing.
Well, they have, yeah.
But you're right.
They have these. I lived in Australia for a bit.
That's a good point, because maybe if you are selling these in Australia, you got to put biscuits instead of cookies.
Got it. Then our alliteration's gone.
Caveman biscuits.
Doesn't have the same ring to it. Okay, so I'm liking the semicircle better.
Hey, Tempo Arts, you mind me asking your name? I know you're the 13-year-old that joined us yesterday. I could call you Tempo Arts, but if you have a name, even H2B2, I don't know. Or you could remain anonymous, or you could even make up another fake name.
Okay, let's start pulling in some of the call-outs. So, what do we want? Gluten-free, dairy-free, net weight. Let's just pull all these over.
What's that font you're using again?
It's Rifle. Oh, this one is LL Charlotte.
Okay.
Yeah, and then this one was Rifleman, one of them.
Yeah, Rifleman is the Alpine text.
Oh, yeah, this one is Rifleman.
Okay.
And then the lowercase is Charlotte.
Interesting.
Right? Okay. So, let's see. Gluten-free is important. Dairy-free.
Frankie. Hello, Frankie. Biscuits in the UK.
No
It's
refined
got your
sugar.
biscuits and your milk. It's like
Yes,
watching.
biscuit in the UK.
Just like having some cookies and milk, watching you. It's like entertain me, entertain me with some design goodness,
Right.
And cookie goodness.
Uppercase. Okay. So, I'm with Paleonola. I pulled up some of the assets I made just to kind of reference them because he wants them to look kind of like it, but basically a sibling, right? Not the same. So, with Paleonola, I did kind of stacked type, and so maybe I'll do something like that, but I also want to keep it fresh, so thinking about that and how I want to lay it out. Maybe I'll take some of these typefaces in and see if I want to use them.
I like those lockups, and I really do like, honestly, how that looks on even the white.
Which part?
Just like even looking at this, how clean that is.
Right.
Super.
Yeah.
Super nice. Like it's like being a designer is like an exercise in restraint.
Yeah.
A lot of times.
I know,
right?
especially for me, because I can just get real
and that's okay,
carried
because I
away.
think you swing those ways. You swing to an extreme. You're like, whoa, that's what's not to do. And then you can kind of go back.
Oh, I had an idea. Maybe we'll put it down on his beard. Let's try that. Like on a tight path. Let's see. It might be
kind of something wrapped around.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Might be not legible, but it'd be cool to frame the beard more as it might be nice on the eye.
If you if there were like bullet points, like grain free,
exactly. Type on a
non-GMO, whatever, dairy free.
What we want to write. Gluten free. What's important to you guys when you're making cookie decisions, purchasing decisions?
Yeah, what makes you buy a certain cookie or a certain biscuit out there?
Gluten-free.
Is it just the chips? It's like, do you want mostly chocolate chips? Or do you just want chocolate with a little bit of the dough added? That's what I'm waiting for in a cookie. Mostly chocolate. Oh, we add a little bit just to make it, just so it qualifies as a cookie and not just a chunk of chocolate.
I think that's actually better for you. More chocolate, less dough. All right, gluten-free, dairy-free, no refined sugar. That's
Ooh,
important.
Yeti biscuits. I like that name. It's fun.
No
Simon's in the
refined
house.
sugar.
Angel, good to see you guys.
All right, so how do I flip it down? Got too much going on. I'm putting it over here.
And behind the scenes, just so you guys know, before we, like 5 minutes before we got on, Kelly shared a library with me, Creative Cloud library. So I'm going to be working with some assets too.
Yeah, getting our collab.
Look at me just like,
on.
I want to get involved. It's like, yeah, Paul,
You want
here's
a
a
piece?
library. Yeah,
Let's do
yeah, I'm
more
going to
food
use your
puns.
stuff. Sure. Yeah, I'll try. Just wants me to fill a part. Thank you.
Yes. All right. I don't know.
Because we scanned in that cookie
how
the
I
other day.
feel about that. Yeah, no, let's pull that up. Change case, lowercase. Lowercase is more kid friendly, and for people who aren't watching, this is for the kiddos. It's going to be playful, but also for the moms. But, I don't like these big things separating the front.
I don't either. I think it, you read it, you just, it stands out too much.
So
But
we
who
should
am
put
I?
little, we should make our own little icons, eh?
Subtle little,
Little,
a little dot.
chips or something. How do y'all separate all of your text? I kind of, bullets and lines are the snooze version of it. Do y'all add your own? What do you do? Are we liking that there? Is it too hard to read? Let's see.
You want to know my opinion?
You hate it.
No, I know, I love it.
Bring it on.
No, I love it.
not
I love
scared.
exactly what you're doing. I personally think, yes, there needs to be a separate. The idea of the separator is not to draw attention to it. But it
Right,
could be a
it's
fun
to help.
element still at the same time. I would
Right.
go with a dark version of that teal in the background. Is my first thought.
Well, so I can't do more tone on tone because I'm trying to keep it spot color.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, but we could do it, explore it, and then just print it in CMYK. But all with packaging, I think spot with bags, the better.
You are exactly right. That's why you're the professional and I'm just the lackey.
Well, let's try it because I'm already doing a tone on tone color.
I don't know, but I like the whole idea of simplicity. I think that's a good way to go. So maybe you're correct in. I just wanted something subtle, but yeah. I mean, something dark like
I know,
that
because
works.
this kind of looks like it's just a leftover
Does it?
fleck. That's like not even supposed to be there.
And that might not even be a bad thing because right over here,
Kind of looks like yummy chunks. Oh, look
You
at
know,
that
we have-
cookie. Just plop that in file print.
yeah.
Gluten-free, sugar-free, or dairy-free, no refined sugar. Those are the important ones, right, moms? Moms, what do you think? What's in the glyph set? Oh, yeah.
Megan says a dot, little cookies.
This is a good question. Is it not better to build this in
Ooh.
Photoshop? Because... So Illustrator is vector king. Photoshop is raster, pixels, images. If this was very image heavy, I would use Photoshop. But for me, I like to only use Photoshop with images. Or if you're doing complex pixel editing.
Mm-hmm.
But vectors in Photoshop, I don't love.
No, I agree. And you're doing spot color. You need this definitely to be like vector.
Exactly.
Did you see for Microsoft
Okay.
Paint?
The what?
What?
Paint by Microsoft.
Oh yeah, they
See that?
EOL'd it. They killed it. Can we have a moment of silence for Microsoft Paint?
Please.
It's dead forever?
Yeah, we're gonna.
Oh my god.
What am I going to use now?
All right, that was for Terry. Second.
Yeah, basically.
Our moment of silence.
Oh my gosh,
Thank you, Microsoft Paint, for all the careers that you've inspired. And I don't know. Everybody started somewhere. You got to.
I started
you take what you
design
can.
in
Try
Word.
pixel art.
Yeah.
We all
Right.
tried.
Yeah.
I did design in Word. You could do like the different graphic styles. There was like 6 graphic styles, and I took
Word?
in Word. I did a lot. I was surprised
Yeah.
how far I got in Word. I mean, back before I knew beautiful Adobe existed.
Speaking of software, Anita asks if you use InDesign.
I use InDesign for multi-page documents. I think that's it's best for, like if you're laying out a catalog or something. But even then, sometimes because all my assets are created in Illustrator, I sometimes do it in Illustrator, not InDesign. It depends on how complex it is.
Okay.
Is that bad?
And Renee brings up a good point. It's not dead. If you have it installed and you're using it, yeah, it could never die. You know what I'm saying? You're good.
Right?
You still use that in your Palm Pilot if you want. That's cool.
What do we do? Because I like the lowercase, but then we run into this G and the F but then nothing else is uppercase. And so what do we do, y'all? What do we do? Is that weird to have it uppercase and the rest lowercase? I think it kind of is.
They really like the whole grain-free thing, so
I guess it kind of goes. Oh, we could kind of
Yes.
do it like that, nestle it in. Let's do that.
Little type lockup.
Yeah, let's do that. What type? Oh, let's just use this one. Heck yeah. Type, create outlines. All right. Oh, what's happening?
I don't know if that font was free that you recommended.
I don't know because this was assets that were given to me already, but I'm sure a quick Google search could tell you.
Yeah, and the big thing, I mean, honestly, if you have Creative Cloud, I just typically jump on Typekit and find something similar and sort through
Totally.
those. That's the easy answer.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said round the words. I like where you're going with this. I think it's gonna be cool.
Round the words to mimic the circle
Yeah, but
right
like,
here.
You know.
Yeah, totally. That's what I'm thinking. A little nestle, a little round, a little warping. Something like that.
Let's see. Return.
What else we got?
Change the grain free to center so it's easier to line with the half circle.
The grain free to center.
And we have a little bit of delay with the chat. So I think that was from
right.
earlier.
Oh.
But I totally empathize with empathize.
I know what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm
but I
saying?
can't
You know, I'd
think
be
of
like,
it either.
have I ever said that word before in my life, or have I just read it?
Well, no. There's a word you totally. It's
like
when
I'm
you
totally
relate.
empathetic is what I'm going for.
Yeah,
with
but that's
whoever
not
said
the
that.
right word. I don't think. Empathy is like with feelings. Empathy.
Yeah, no,
okay.
I'm gonna ask Michael the Frenchman. English. How do I use words?
How do you use it?
Just how do I use words? I empathize with. That's correct.
Is it correct?
Thank you. It
Sorry,
just sounded
y'all.
weird.
Sorry, y'all.
Because you look at something and you're like, please, they're watching you. Just move it over a hair.
Oh,
you know, like,
right. They're
Those
like,
little
why
annoying
would you
things.
do that?
And like once you see it, you can't
Yes.
unsee it.
Yes, totally.
Like you can't get past it. So we are all up for that. Any of those. Yeah, Anita, you should license some Typekit fonts. Again, just use your Adobe ID, log into Typekit, and have at it. Sort through, you can refine your searches and all that stuff. Okay, cool.
Is it? It's getting weird. Don't worry. We'll make it look good.
Yeah,
We'll make it look
I mean,
good. That's the thing with the
is-
warp. You just kind of like get in there and experiment.
Yeah, I kind of liked it better if it was straighter, felt a little more stable.
It's getting a little crazy. Yeah, that looks weird.
But that's good. That's totally coming along.
It's not legible. It's getting there.
Well,
we liked it better before we warped it, we said?
I
Maybe.
I-
Can you even read that? I
We've been
you
staring at
got
this
2
too long.
seconds. I know, right? You're like, it's kind of fun. We'll
I can
sit on
read
it. We'll sit on it.
We'll sit on it. I like we
We'll
come
sit
back to
on it.
that.
It's fun because it like at least the balance between this and that is there now, where before it looked like, what is this? What is this?
All right, cool. All right. How do you reflect the text on a path? There is the reflect tool. I don't know if
Yeah.
you're using a shortcut.
Like reflect it so it's on the inside of the path. Is that what they mean?
Yeah,
Yeah. So it's.
Sequib. I don't know.
Do you want me to show really fast? What are the?
Yeah, I actually would like to see. I would like to. This is what I'd like to see. You have text on a path. You'll click on the circle, and it's going to be around the outside. How do you put it on the inside?
Yes. Okay. So that's not what I want. You make your shape, then you do type on a path tool, and then you click on where you want it to go, and it usually goes on the outside. Then it's hard to see because we're using blue, but you get the pointer tool and you find there's like a little line. See this line?
Yeah.
It's you
drag
it forward, like flip it.
Okay.
And there you go.
So you drag that line to the inside of the circle.
Yeah, basically where you want it to go, you put it there.
Got it. Oh,
I bet
cool.
Terry could explain it much better.
That was it. That
Perfect.
As you were doing it, I was like, you drag it inside. She was doing it as I was saying.
Boom.
I learned that trick from Terry's
There we
videos,
go.
you guys.
That was it. I'm instructing you from afar.
Yeah, we did a
Got
little brainwaves. Okay. Let's see. We have our grain-free in now, and now let's add some more. Well, we have these. What else do we want to call out? All natural is one of those words that doesn't have a meaning that everybody puts on something, so I don't want to use that one because it doesn't mean anything. Paleo, maybe that's a good one. That can be polarizing though, because people are like, oh, it might be gross because it's paleo.
And is there going to be a reference back to the paleo, the name, that brand?
Paleo Nola. That we're refining that still, but that's a good question because Paleo Nola, we don't say paleo on it, but it's in the name.
Yeah.
Where this is kind of in the name, caveman cookies. If you know about paleo, I don't know. Maybe it'd be weird to have something paleo on a kid, the word paleo on a kid's product. All food for thought, sodium free, cholesterol free, no refined sugar. I think chewy and delicious, maybe just something like simple. So they know they're chewy and not crunchy. Chewy and delicious. What else? I keep thinking this is a guide and it's driving me crazy.
Can we?
Yes.
Can we even take a look at the original packaging? Just kind of see what they used?
Absolutely. So something I don't love about theirs is it's really small. It looks like the net weight. You know, it's not. It doesn't have that hierarchy of a call out. And they only put this on the front, and then the rest is on the side, which I would definitely duplicate. So like on Paleo Nola, we have all these icons on the back. They're upside down, but let's turn them
Yeah, I
around.
like that.
So definitely gonna build out the back to have a lot of the health call outs.
Okay.
But on the front, it's
Yeah,
like,
do you need it? And are we just adding stuff to add?
Right.
Somebody wants Chewylicious. Can you make up a word by joining a lot of those other words? Make something awesome?
Yeah, totally. This girl's pro. That's right, Gio. Where do you usually get your package outline? The die line is you get from the vendor who's building the box, the actual manufacturer who gets a piece of paper, cuts it, folds it, and put it together. They give you the die lines. Okay.
And then they have this line at the top above the caveman's head. I'm looking at the front of the package.
Yes, no, totally. I'm glad you said that because I think that's really cute, but I don't think it goes on the front, just like your great-great-great-grandmother used to make. That's funny.
I love it, too. I do. I'm like, please, come on, guys. This is good.
I love
That's some good comedy.
I mean,
it works.
Right. But I think on the back as like a little sign-off or something.
Yeah.
But like grandmother and then having caveman is too many people on the front.
Yeah.
I think. But I think it's really cute.
It is very cute.
Okay, so I think maybe we start adding the flavor cues like popping up behind his beard and stuff. Kind of like some leaves and hazelnuts. Start drawing some ingredients and then we'll come in and fill in some more. Because now that we got our...
Oh, that's a good...
Right, kind of like shooting out like the cookie is very flavorful.
Okay.
Right?
And are you talking about sorry about that pattern in the background?
No, I think I'm going to draw some. So for example,
fun lines?
Like no ingredients.
Oh,
so this is a
perfect.
hazelnut, right?
Boom.
But I don't love the way it's drawn, but let's like just put it in here and see what it looks like. Basically, I'm talking about putting in... I know they can't see my hands, but...
It's
some ingredients.
It's green. It's good.
Right.
That's all people think probably.
But
got some greens. Must be healthy.
Yeah, right. To tie in, hey, it's made from nature. These things are natural. I'm not. But I think we should draw our own, right?
I'm honestly not against that one.
You're not?
Yeah, I'm not totally not against it. And then I'm wondering like. are these just little accent graphics that you're just gonna put around him?
Yeah, so they're gonna vary. Like, what will be consistent is him on across the board. So it's on shelf. You'll have him. What's gonna change is the color and the ingredients.
And the ingredients.
And the name, obviously.
And we already looked at carob, and carob's is kind of a weird.
Right, that's the thing,
like,
because a lot of the ingredients are brown and chocolate, and so we're gonna have a lot of brown. I want to put this leaf in front, but he's hooked.
Sorry.
You're fine. Can you type on your home keys? I can't.
What do you mean?
Like keep your home keys. Keep your hand.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Are you just peck? Are you a pecker?
Well, I kind of have my own thing, but I can't do home keys.
We know you have your own. We get it, but it's working. We dig it.
That's right.
So carob is carob's a bean.
A bean? It's like a cacao bean? Because it's not a cacao pod. Who knows what carob is?
That's what somebody was asking.
Kelly, you have to do something for brown rectangles. What does that mean? Brown rectangles.
Carob tree, locust bean. Yeah, so it's very interesting. So it's not that sexy of a plant. I mean, just so you can.
Oh,
it's gross.
Yeah, that's probably why she chose to focus on hazelnuts. But okay, so the idea of adding an ingredient maybe is cool.
I like it. I think it needs that. It probably needs something else, and it still might represent carob. I like the idea of having, and maybe it is just like a chip that has a light side and a dark side.
Right.
So you use that, the lighter brown and the darker brown, and it kind of gives it a little bit of a dimension.
You're
but it's
all
just
about
a chunk.
dimensionality. I like it.
Maybe not.
No, I can get super flat, so.
But that's why you're good. That's why you do what you do. You're good. And that's why I love even all the other paleo brands. I love how flat and clean everything is.
I mean, for shelf, it's good because it's such a cluttered space, you know? But when I do other work like web, it's fun to not, there's no limitation. Okay, are the leaves covering up the chunk too much? Or the bite?
So, it's a little tight.
A little tight.
That's better.
But then
look at this.
Let's see. I think we should also try and draw our own.
Go for it. And I'll tell you what, you're gonna draw that? You gonna do some drawings?
Yeah. Are you gonna do some drawing?
I'm gonna do a couple things. First off, I will just don't forget #Adobe Live. You can send through your portfolio, and we can take a look at that, which would be fantastic. We'll take a look. If you guys are ready. So I'm gonna review.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess, I don't know, I wanted to give you a second to kind of do what you need to do.
Cool.
And we will review 2 portfolios right now. So I have right here Caroline Attia, her website.
Ooh.
She made this with Adobe Portfolio, by the way. She submitted it on Twitter through the #Adobe Live. Super fantastic.
That's awesome.
Right? I mean, is this not wonderful?
Click on the flamingo. Or were the thieves? Sorry, am I being bossy?
No, you're
I know
good.
I'm supposed to be designing, but this is cool.
So Caroline, if you're out there, thank you so much. I think this is looking fantastic. I love it's
Oh my
totally like a
God.
consistent style.
Yeah.
I'm curious what she made it in. Did she use Illustrator? That's what I see flat. I think Illustrator, but could it be made in Photoshop? Okay.
Where is she from?
Actually, yeah, it looks like brush strokes there.
Yeah, I'm curious. Is
So
she
Caroline,
on?
if you're on, we want to hear where you're from and what your story is. Your work certainly is fantastic. I mean, even the colors here.
I know. I like. It's like, is that a grain? Is it a gradient that she added a grain to?
It looks like brush. They look like brush strokes, and it could be done in Photoshop. Yeah.
It's cool.
But the limited color palette, like, it all just ties together and looks super classy. So, yeah, Caroline, great job. Fantastic. Color schemes, style, consistent portfolio throughout.
Oh, she's French.
What's that?
She's French.
But of course.
Sweet. Well, awesome. It's so cool. It's a great job. All right, so we had Saqib, which I know you're in chat as well, so I clicked on yours. So we have web, some print designs, which is cool. I'll actually kind of dive into this menu book design. Saqib, this is, yeah, that's good. This is totally like works for the brand and what they're trying to do. You know, warm colors, looks hot and toasty. I like the pattern, kind of what you're trying to do is like create additional elements kind of around that support the ingredients back here. I basically like that background back there. It's pretty cool. Now I'm hungry for pizza. So thanks for that, Saqib. Good job. And I think the big thing with portfolios is like, I think it's just like try to make it consistent. So if you have a client coming to you, they kind of know what they're going to get. You know,
You think a consistent style is good?
I think so, because
Yeah.
as a client, like I know what to expect from you. There are not going to be any surprises. But if I'm all over the map, it's like, sure, we all have plenty of interest, but you know, where you think you're really diverse when maybe you're just like all over the map. Like, I don't know what I'm getting.
Well, that's something that I think about a lot because I see people, I mean, I think mine's a little bit, obviously I do hand-drawn style, but I do a little bit of everything, but I wonder if that, like, what people think about the gamut. If it's like, oh, you are diverse and can do a lot of styles or not. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the portfolio review.
No, and then even another way to think about it is like, not only, like, diversify if you want to, but it's all about, not even the work that you did, but the work you want to get.
Yeah.
So if you're showing, that's probably the key thing. You show off
Right.
the kind of work you want to get from, so, and that's the thing, if like you have an established style but you want to branch out to something else, like how do you make that transition?
Right.
You know.
Totally. All right. Are these look like?
Ooh, Robert. Cool. He didn't like the pizza design. Hey, it's all good, man. We're all just trying to make things happen. So yeah, the fundamentals are there. That's a good thing.
All right. Is this getting a little too much?
Ooh, well, maybe.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh no, sorry.
No.
I was
No.
thinking of something else.
Oh no, you're fine.
It's fine.
Okay. What do we think, people?
I've had that before. I remember worked for a company, and I remember getting in portfolios that were actually templates, and you could tell that they were templates.
Templates, like, what do you mean, like stuff?
Like you could buy
oh, yeah.
template monster or whatever, and it's like I think it looks like a very clear style, and if it sticks out, like that doesn't look like anything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Template monster.
All good though. You're working on that, and that gives me a chance.
Yeah.
To work on stuff too.
Yeah, I want to see what you got, pal.
Oh, good. Agata does. You are right, because it does give it a cool, natural vibe.
Cool.
Adding what you're doing.
Cool. How are you match color? What does that mean?
Yeah, like in terms of like picking color.
Oh, might just eyeball it. I mean, I love the eyedropper tool, you know, so.
Because really, you're defining a limited palette, and we haven't even gotten into color.
Yeah.
So I think after a while, what we'll do is we'll have you share, and then we'll do do some of that stuff.
What was that?
Did that make sense? Everybody get that?
That thing that you were pulling up. What's it called? The color review or something?
Yeah, we're going to use the different color themes. Basically, we're going to recolor artwork. Is something I would try. But essentially, what has happened is Kelly has kindly enough shared a library with me. So we started this CC Cookies Creative Cloud library, right? Which is where I just dropped in this cookie. This cookie actually came from, I don't know, this little guy here. Look, Yeah, fits my mouth.
I might have a bite.
Yeah. So we scan this in, but nonetheless, like, we can work on the same project because we're sharing this library. And hopefully she'll put some things in the library, will give me a chance to kind of play with colors and probably show her what not to do.
Oh yeah, do you want me to drop something in?
Yeah.
Walk me. I've never shared a library.
This is exciting.
I've never done it, so.
Paul, Rod, John, have you guys worked with Creative Cloud libraries before? Like, even me, even if I'm not working with someone else, I use it just because I'm jumping from Photoshop to Illustrator a lot.
Totally, and then totally it loads legit. It in.
Oh yes, cool, it's there all the time.
Cool.
So, any elements that you want to take, just like grab caveman cookies, like
just
if you can grab that whole thing, drag it right into the library.
Really? How does it handle grouping? Does it keep it in a group?
It will put it typically on one layer. We'll keep it as vector, of course. And then yeah, cool. So that is awesome.
Should I do?
And then anything else? Like I have all those individual elements because I have access to all that vector content. So grab Alpine, just like throw some things in there. Make sure I get that teal color.
Okay.
You know.
Totally. Oh,
just
I'm excited.
That.
Let's do just the type.
Sure.
It's reversed out. It doesn't have the counters in it. What else do you want?
Give me some of the hazelnuts.
This is cool.
Haha. Manjindar, just so you know, what we're doing is we're sort of creating new packaging for Caveman cookies. We shared a Creative Cloud library. We're collaborating on this library. And now they're appearing, as you can see, right over here, magically, right? So there they are.
Cool.
And I could start to have some fun with them as well. So it's super helpful. I have editing capabilities. You can just give people reading capabilities, so they're not going to overwrite your content. But in this case, I have the freedom to play with it. To Kelly's dismay.
No, I'm stoked on it. Oh, we're back on my screen. I want to see what you got. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
All right, I brought in this mountain from Paleonola because he said he might want some subtle tie-ins, but I don't know if the styles match. So I might draw my own mountain, you know? I don't know.
Wow, this gets
crazy.
This gets interesting and this gets difficult.
Uh-oh, what? This mixing and matching. Sorry, excuse me. Okay.
Just because, you know, I think it's looking pretty solid as it is.
Cool. I think you're right. I think we're adding too much. I just want to entertain y'all, you know. So.
No, try it.
No, it's bad. I already tried it.
And there's different sides to this box that we could play with. There's like other flavors. There's colors that we could still kind of tackle. Why does hazelnut and carob look like they're
crooked?
Different sizes?
Why does it look crooked is what I want to know. Let's retype it. It's been bothering me.
And they look like they're different sizes.
Do they? Hazelnut and carob. I do love this little pond. Yeah, it was crooked. Alpine's crooked too.
Yeah, we used Adobe Capture for the cookie. Super easy. But really, it was just an excuse to eat cookies. Die cut lines. Got those from the printer. Essentially the client.
Correct. All right. We're going to add some more words and see what that looks like. What else do they have over here? All natural, cholesterol free.
Okay. Got quiet in here.
We're
You don't need excuses to eat cookies. Amen.
I also like that this is like a little spear and a little
Oh.
caveman.
I love RH questions. Like, what do you think about the new generation of graphic designer? What's like the future of graphic design, say, in 10 years? I love it.
What's your take?
Huh,
You're the professional.
Well, it's awesome. I mean, at the end of the day, we're problem solvers. You're selling cookies at the end of the day. You know, I think we're, in short, like sort of brand ambassadors, and everything affects the brand. So I look at designers being elevated in organizations. Because being a designer might not mean pushing around pixels necessarily. You know, what does it really mean from every experience that you have of a product? Should be like design driven, you know?
Right.
Everything should be design driven. Because the short of it, you know, it's that bigger thinking stuff. Because we can have even AI come in and do some of the basic level stuff. That's cool. But the thinking part, the stuff that we're doing here, is what matters. Sort of deciding what's important, you know, to the, you know, end user. You know, and then we'll feed these ingredients to a machine, and maybe it'll give us a design. But, you know, we're going to be in charge of that, is the thought. But yeah, it's not gonna. Everything's gonna be fine. Because what do they say? I read the whole. I haven't read it, but there's a couple of books out there, and like basically how AI is gonna take like 40% of the jobs out there in 20 years.
Really?
So they say.
Well,
but it doesn't mean that 40% newer jobs would open up, basically.
Right.
So it's like when we became an industrialized nation. We used to work on 80% of the population here in the U.S. was like on farms. It's not like everybody's unemployed. We just like start working in factories, blah, blah, blah. So it's just it's creating these transitions, just like we talked about even with Flash. Like you create a transition. Like we worked in Flash for a time. You make the transition to the next technology, to the next thing. And as long as you can make those transitions, you're golden. The moment people stop watching this stuff, in my opinion, but seriously, like the moment you stop learning, this is a tough place to be. Like, no, I'm good. No, you never be good. You be, you know, you do stuff.
Very true.
You know?
I mean, wasn't there a big thing that they're teaching coal miners how to code, like kind of switching from the more blue collar traditional stuff that machines are doing?
Yeah.
They're like starting these coding camps or something, which I think is really interesting. I mean, it's essentially switching the workforce to learn new stuff.
Yeah, exactly, and that's awesome. And whether people take to that or not is like another question. But man, you gotta, and I know just the people that are learning are just so much more happier as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like learning this new stuff. We want you to learn, and we want you to try and experiment and send us your portfolio and try Project Felix and a little subtle plug, not so subtle. But seriously, just freaking try new stuff. Like we test audiences. We see what graphic designers want to learn. We're like, hey, if it doesn't exist, let's like build it as Adobe and see what happens. You know, that's kind of our goal.
It's cool.
Cool. To say I agree. I'd like your comment. Artificial intelligence, as far as it being creative, is like a whole other thing.
Right.
I love that. Love that subject matter.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Yeah. You know?
It's harder to multitask about heady stuff like that.
Sorry.
No,
somebody asked.
No, I like it. I mean, normally I'd be all over the conversation. It's just funny how your brain can only handle so much.
It's super interesting. It's fun just looking at some of that technology, and you know, AI and what it can do is interesting.
Right, and what it can't do.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, like somebody said in here. Is that Tim? Tim's like, artificial intelligence isn't creative yet.
Oh, that's what he said. Yeah.
But yeah,
right?
what are you gonna do when the robot takeover happens? What are you gonna? I hope they keep me as a pet because I can do a little bit of. I'll do a little bit of coding just to keep. Oh, that's cute. Look at your human can do a little bit of coding. That's cute. I don't know. I'll be like a lapdog for a robot. No. I'll stop. Jeez.
This guy had 2 cappuccinos. Y'all.
Sorry.
Cut him
be quiet. That's my plan.
All right, I think I'm to the point where I'm just adding to add stuff, you know? We'll see. This lowercase is throwing me off because it doesn't give you a nice line to work with, but I think the lowercase goes. But, you know, when you use all caps, it gives you a nice line.
I like the variety the lowercase gives you.
I do too.
And I think you did something super intuitive that we're overlooking.
What?
Is you put that base color, that teal, you gave this somewhere to sit.
Yeah.
You grounded it, and I think that's super important.
Well, for sure. It's crazy what color blocking can do on shelf. I mean, let's just take this away and see how it changes. We'll keep that. We'll keep that here. But, like, look at him. If he's just, say we put this there, you know, or something, or drag it all the way down. And then it's called banding, right? On shelf, when you create a monster band of your brand. So that's another kind of thing when you're designing on shelf, when they're all sitting next to each other, this band will be consistent across all of the boxes or whatever. And then it'll be like, it'll make your shelf look that much bigger versus everything being different. You know what I mean? A band on shelf is like your best friend, a secret little tool.
Yeah, that's an awesome tip, and something I'm gonna look for when I'm in the store.
Yeah.
Just like that consistency.
Even if the color changes, your eye follows the plane still, and you're like, look at all these products. And then it feels like you have amazing presence on shelf. Okay, let's kind of clear off some of this stuff and see what we're working with. What we need to add. And what do we think of the cream color? Does that make it feel warm and yummy versus the white?
Let's take a vote. Do you want to ask poll the audience?
Well, should I copy and have them like basically repeat
we could do
so they have an option?
Either cream or white is one way of just asking.
But I'm all visual. I'm like, I need to see it. I don't know.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, that's
the
gonna help.
line's locked. And then, all right. So, oh, isn't it funny? You take it away and you're like, oh, well, that's kind of nice. And then it's hard to look because it's not going to be white around it. So, you know. And then should we make this? All right, y'all. What are they saying? I'm gonna draw some shapes around it because it'll be like this on shelf. It won't be white. It'll be crazy.
All right. I know some people are already asking, but yeah, if you can just make sure we see those too.
Shoot. Sorry. How do I fit them in my frame exactly? I don't have my scroll on. All right. What do we think? Left or right?
Cream. Should we do? People are already asking or saying cream or white, so we can.
I'm making the most ghetto little. You really can't tell. Can you even tell on screen? Yeah, I guess you can.
Yeah, this monitor is kind of bad, but hopefully it's coming through okay on the stream. I saw a lot of cream.
Cream.
Ooh, that's Kevin. Kevin brought up. He said add more milk, which I think is white.
Milk.
Which is why white could be
like
reminiscent
that.
of milk. At least that's a selling thing.
Yeah.
This is a tough one, guys.
Cream fits more with the design. White feels more organic and adult. Rob, on your stuff. Cream. Oh man, it's half and half. Shoot, half and half. Good thing.
Yeah, cream. Yeah, Rob, that's good. Cream, like you said, cream fits more with the design. White might feel like more adults, and maybe it looks cleaner. I don't know.
The GMO free text and yum text look weird. Yeah, is it because the lowercase and the uppercase? Because GMO has to be uppercase, right? Maybe it doesn't. Who said that? Let's ask him why.
All right.
It's the spacing.
All right, so Tim looks like evil Cheris, is that right? Created a straw poll of cream and white, so he created a poll for us.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
What do we think?
Wait, are we on the cream or the letters now?
I'm still looking at the cream.
Oh.
Cream or white?
And it's
It's
so
hard to
at
tell.
this point I would print them off, cut them up, like trim them to size, tape them on the wall and stand back, and then it'd be like a no-brainer usually. But it's so hard to tell on screen with all the white, it doesn't give it the proper context that it'll be in. Thank you.
Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, I think cream is winning.
What do we think of the white? Okay, they're
Yeah.
getting really similar. Let's come back to it. What else is weird? What else do we want to add? Let's make this all lowercase.
Cream was winning by like 87%.
Really? Okay, cool.
But then again, you are the boss, so you know, like...
Yeah, I mean, you don't have a printer, right? We don't need a print, but that's what I would do. Okay, so do we want to add a texture or something to the cream, or do we have enough going on? Should we work on the side panel? What do you want to see? Oh, look
Yeah,
at
I'm kind of just getting some things lined up
you guys
for,
can't wait.
you know, some recoloring, which could be nightmarish, but yeah, I guess I can, since we're talking, what do you, so I can show this really fast, and
Okay,
we'll just kind of
perfect.
see how it turns out,
Okay, let's do it.
So, just kind of switching over, guys, real fast. This is our library that we've shared, which is awesome. I actually just dropped in the colors in there, just so you know. These are the colors in the same library, just as a
awesome.
reference.
Perfect.
But I just kind of have some different versions, really basic. Selecting the items that I want, going into edit colors, recolor artwork, right? So this is where it says, hey, you know what? Here I am with this current color, and then, you know, sort of pick a new color if you want to, or even pick from different palettes as well. So you have all these different palettes. And then also, if I go into edit, this is obviously the color wheel with the color. So I could start to shift this stuff around if I want to, and lock them together. See, as I'm starting to shift this. So if I just want to shift this over a little bit, I could just shift it over. So like, let's try this, rather than manually going in.
Is the locking so they're all in the same hue? Or
They're
like
all
the
gonna
range?
they're all gonna be the same hue. Yeah, and I can still control the brightness, right, and the darkness, I guess, of it. But this might be a quick way to kind of adjust. And obviously, this blue looks like that is the base color. I should be able to unlock that and bring that back over here, so it's like more of the brown. Okay, so there's certain ways I can just manipulate the entire color palette pretty quickly. In this case, anytime you're dealing with a real object that you expect leaves to be green, this doesn't always work out. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you're like, hey, don't mess with that. But it's still fun to play with as I just kind of click through all of these, and boom, why not? Right? There you go. I don't know, have you guys played with this before? Just curious. That reminds me of the cookies that you would get. There's the, like, red cookies that you'd get at the grocery store back in the day.
Red cookies, like
They were like a strawberry, but they never taste like strawberry.
Oh yes.
You remember how you like go to like, I grew up in Colorado, so you'd get a free cookie if you go to the grocery store with your mom. You'd get a free cookie,
and it was like a pink. It's a Colorado thing.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know if it's in
I
other
grew up
states.
in Colorado, so you know.
Yeah, I don't, like we
No,
have free cookies in Colorado. How about your state or your country? Free cookies?
No, definitely did that.
Here, let me switch back to you because mine's turning out kind of ugly, but I'll play with it some more.
Good to know, though. Okay, so I think I saw some people saying what I was gonna do is add a little texture, at least experiment with adding something on the cream. Should I? I think I might do some more drawing. I hope I have my Sharpie.
Ah, do some drawing, huh?
Right.
Oops, so
Oh,
sorry.
I might actually have something still scanned in that I could use that we did from yesterday. Maybe some. I think I want to do a different pattern though. So yeah.
Creative agency in the house.
Where's mine? Okay. Pardon me while I dig for my pen.
Yeah, so recolor artwork works great if you're ever kind of defining a brand and you like make a logo and you just want to try different colors. It's fun. Anything abstract.
Drawing for a second, so they might be bored. I don't know.
I could switch. Long. What do you? And yes, don't forget we have check out Project Felix. Submit something. Just use the contest button down below to, if you're on AdobeLive.com. If not, go there, click on the contest button, try out Project Felix, win some stuff, get some cashola, and then we've also been reviewing portfolios. And yeah, right now, Kelly's drawing.
Very simple stuff.
Yeah, we can. Do you want me to?
Sure.
All right, she's doing it. Let's do this.
I mean, I won't take very long. It's just a quick experiment. Just a quick experiment in a little pattern that feels, what's the word? Not rudimentary, but caveman-y, you know.
Okay.
Something that's not necessarily a flavor cue, because I think I might want this to be a consistent thing across them, and then only have the flavors be, or the, what did I do? Double-sided Sharpie, get me. Only have the little icons. Oh no, this is out of ink. I'll try this one. I'm gonna try a thin one because the thin one worked well when you scanned it in yesterday. The thinner
pretty,
line weight, just to see
impressive.
what it looks like. So I'm thinking some lines in the back. What else?
Yeah.
Is that weird? Any ideas on that?
No. I like it. You did triangles yesterday.
Yeah, and so we have the triangles at the bottom over here.
And
I mean, kind of like stylized sprinkles, right?
Yeah.
Sprinkles and chocolate chips.
Can you do, well, I'm trying to think.
I
was
wonder,
thinking like
what if we added some type, like a little yum in the pattern, but maybe that shouldn't be hand drawn. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, I was just thinking like, is there like I was thinking of a, you know, what do cavemen wear? Is it some sort of like a leopard pattern, or is it, but I don't really like that shape. Is it, we already kind of did.
Yeah,
what about
a little
like
bit.
a rock? Is a rock also a chunk of chocolate? Or for the other flavors, are there elements there that we can steal from? But there's our current design and
All right,
the studio.
we'll just do this really quick.
Oh yeah,
Just
I'm getting
to
this.
see.
Zip. Adobe
Okay.
Capture. 2 patterns.
Actually, I'm gonna go and refine it a little bit more.
Sorry, I want to get in, but I
Yeah,
don't want to get in your way.
Sorry. Next.
And then so toggle off and then turn on smooth, and I don't know which one's going to be better, but
Usually I like it on. Usually.
okay. And I don't know, are you losing too much detail with it?
Yeah, I can't. I mean, can you speak to that?
I think they look so similar, and I like some of the natural looks, so I'm tempted to.
Off.
Yeah.
Okay. And then hopefully it'll work today.
We could ask the hovering art director what he thinks. Hey, buddy. Wait, I gotta turn him on. Wait for it, guys. You get
Make it more interactive.
I
Oh,
love
thanks,
his little
buddy.
tattoos. It says it's still sending. Oh, maybe because I'm not on the Wi-Fi.
Try some more versions.
some more versions. Fine, all right. More.
We're working on it.
We're on it, little guy. You need a name. What is your
Hey,
name?
we have a similar tattoo.
Ooh.
Okay, it's still sending. I think I need to get on the Wi-Fi. Or
Yeah, it might take a second. Open up your Creative Cloud library, and let's make sure.
We did that yesterday.
Sending to
Where is that
Illustrator.
again?
Oh, this is fun. So, sorry about that.
I think because it was hiding in my library, it was tucked in. Because I'm used to it. Being
Yeah,
open.
go to Window, Libraries.
And
actually change
My
change my library. And you have 2 of them. And we will get you on the.
Usually, it's super fast and it just puts right into Illustrator and it's amazing.
But we are
It's
on
just my technical problem right now.
So what I again, maybe I use it too much, but I go to Adobe Stock and I just like, it's a quick way to just like search on patterns. So like,
Okay,
since
let's
we're having a
do
hard
that.
time like thinking of what would be a cool pattern,
Yeah.
right where it says Adobe Stock, just type in patterns and we'll just see what happens.
Cool. Let's see. We've got some dots, kind of chocolate chippy. We've got some geometric patterns. Probably not a good fit, but
Yeah, the
good
geometric
to
stuff.
know.
Even if there was something kind of like swirly and still sketchy, might be kind of
Right.
cool.
Right.
But I also just like what we have.
This is fun.
Yeah, see, that's cool.
Interesting. So then can
So-
I just...
You could do a couple things. Actually,
Okay.
you can just save a preview to your current library by hitting the little cloud, and then it puts it right in your library. And by the way, your design is in there now.
Cool. Okay. Pause. We'll go back to the patterns in a moment.
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect.
what's everybody's thoughts on making your own patterns versus stock and assets? You know, it's one of those things.
My
Oh, it's like an image.
Well, it is now. Depending on what you searched on, you can search on just vectors. Maybe this is a
Right.
vector, but you can also obviously like purchase it once you kind of integrate it.
Oh, so it's
You-
like,
you're not
just
gonna
to
get
help
the-
you if you want to see if you even want it first.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So it's just your watermarked image. Obviously, not going to give you the actual vector, so you can only integrate it so much.
Gotcha. I didn't know if it was free or not, or how it worked. Okay. Let's make a pattern.
All right.
Let's just see how it looks before we take it into the pattern mode. Let's see. Oh, I didn't group it. I'm gonna try an outline.
This is what I think. I don't know. This is what I
Yeah.
do as a designer.
Yeah, tell me, please.
Is and I'll buy things on Adobe Stock for things like patterns. If you do some searching for like 1 or 3 credits or whatever, minimal amount of credits, you can get like 10 different patterns. So I've bought like 100 icons for like a credit. So I'll start to build this library that I actually have in my Creative Cloud library that I might kind of reference. But I think some of that standard stuff, I think, do I really want to draw
Right.
something that I know is already created and it doesn't, I want it to be a generic looking thing, I'll pull in that camera icon, for instance.
Right, because it's kind of like sometimes how many ways can you draw
yeah,
whatever
I
it
mean,
may
if you want to
be.
draw it, great, just for fun.
But I think that's an interesting conversation. The more people are creating stuff, this idea of like not recreating everything and sharing and collaborating and stuff like that. But then there's also making things really unique and making every little icon fit the brand, and is importance to that as well.
Yeah.
But so I think that's an interesting conversation.
Yeah,
general.
exactly. Because again, that's why, like, of course, hand lettering and even drawing, lo-fi drawing is kind of popular right now. Because
What's lo-fi drawing?
I mean,
Kind of
lo-fi, it's
like-
kind of the only drawing there is. But you know what I'm saying? Like, as far as sketching and nobody wants to. People aren't impressed by effects and what a computer can do. They're more. I think people are impressed by like hand lettering and knowing somebody put time into something.
It translates, the energy comes across.
Yeah,
It's-
you're like,
there's
this
something
is
about-
unique, and you appreciate the quality and time somebody spent on something.
Totally.
So, yeah, sorry, cookies don't come with the Creative Cloud subscription. I wish.
So
Probably some in the marketplace they can download.
Now, yeah, there you go. And we'll put a couple in your browser.
I do like how the library is in the same panel and you don't have to switch out, because I'm always referencing Google, or just I'll Google image a vector just to see like how did they simplify a carob. But I like how everything is in the same interface.
Don't do a Google search for carob or you'll get grossed out.
Well, you know what I mean. Whatever.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's funny because it's just a clump.
What do we think of this pattern? Does it look like chest hair? Does it look like stylized caveman? Does it look like anything? Does it just
It's a
take
nice
away
texture.
the clean?
This is a great question, man, and this is like something we'll freaking debate about forever.
Oh, I kind of like it on the white, you know? Like, I don't love it on the cream because it reminds me of chest hair. But on the white, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
You hate it.
Yeah. No, I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not loving the way this looks. I think we should try and mirror it down. Did we try that and it looked horrible?
Yeah, I'm super interested in. Hey, can you take some pictures? Just for promo stuff.
Oh, I turned it off.
Yeah, I have some ideas for some of these shapes. Just act like you're doing stuff. Hey, look. Look up there. Look. Hi.
Wait, I need my hair down.
There we go. Oh, God.
Very important.
Sweet.
I just think
So
I just
yeah,
like
I
it
don't know
straight.
if like is it so I don't know, we can just like talk about this all day long, and this is probably something you'll cycle through, like maybe multiple patterns with or without.
Right.
I think the fundamentals are all in place.
You think so?
My
We're
eye still
getting
gets
there?
drawn, like I think they're like down here I'm kind of looking for something at
Yeah,
the base.
right? I agree. Maybe we just center it.
I'm just thinking like even that information is not important to me.
Should I make it in more of a plain typeface that doesn't
Yes,
more of like a
probably
business
like standard.
typeface? Yeah. Business typeface.
Get down to this is business. Let's take care of business. It's going
Kinda
Helvetica.
just like an ugly not ugly,
But this is interesting. So what we'll also do after a while is obviously like compare this packaging with the old packaging
yes
as well, and then even the Paleo brand, and see how it kind of
yes
it kind of goes across.
happening? What is happening?
And I almost want to like, I don't know. Yeah, that's good.
You almost want to
I need to look at it as a whole again and see where my eye goes.
I know. I'm
Because I almost want something to be there in the center that is like, buy it or delicious or
ooh,
blah.
good idea. Kind of like a little ding, like a
Yeah, like, and whether it has a shape or not, but I kind of just want to shove the business stuff aside and be like, I don't know what it says, guys.
something, a call out. People love a call out.
Oh yeah.
But what is that? Not what were you saying?
Oh no,
You were
I was
thinking the bottom?
thinking like, yeah, and I don't know, because I think because the top bar is weighted enough with stuff, and I want the bottom to
you
kind of
want
be
some
equally
balance.
balanced.
I see. I like that idea. Let's see what we can do. Because so there are regulations, and the bottom panel has to have all the
business
regulatory, but as long as that's on the very bottom, it's weird. They have like on the 10% of the bottom has to be regulatory, but as long as that's below the call outs, we're good. Does that make sense?
It has to be below it, like the last thing. It can't be on the same line.
It could be on this. I'm not sure actually. I've never done it on the same line because you usually want to.
And I'm gonna check out the Hello Panda.
Yeah, check out the Hello Panda. I'm not liking that type.
Cookies filled with chocolate cream. Delicious. The size, if you will.
They even usually have to have it on the front facing panel, but they got away with it on the side.
Yeah. I'm getting hungry for those cookies right now.
I know what I want to do. Henderson.
For call out, use the rule of thirds. For location,
I don't like rules.
You're talking to somebody who's like, there's an align panel in Illustrator?
Yeah, can't you tell?
There's an align? What does it do? A ligand? She didn't even know how to pronounce it. A ligand?
Oh,
Just joking.
shush. So far, we haven't done any strokes. I'm just realizing. How do we feel about that?
I'm so torn, by the way, and I'm sorry, but we could talk about this all day long, because on this monitor, it looks all white, and I like it, too.
Oh, yeah, you can't even see the pattern. Kelly, do you see Escobar Design plugin, or do you do it all in Illustrator? I don't know what that is. The right side of your workspace is giving me anxiety. Like this? I get it. Some of my coworkers like, how do you work like that? Is this what he means, probably?
Probably. Like, clean it up. Clean it up.
Oh, man.
And by the way,
I was like, I'm going to be stressing people out
like,
on the design.
I know somebody mentioned layers, and it's just interesting, like, people working in Illustrator, this is no layers panel open. There's no layers panel open. I mean, it's over there.
It's over there at the end.
Have you been using it at all?
No, not when I work, but when I prep for print, yes.
Okay.
And when I'm cleaning everything up, but that's a whole different frame of mind for me. That's like, I get my ruler out then. Not now.
Bust
This
out
is the
that ruler.
idea. I'm all about the quick iterations, and
Are these the panels you usually have up, other than the...
yeah, they're all different, you know.
Okay. You do have the line panel open, but that's just for your friend.
Uh-huh. I was like, nice trolling. She said she had to. Okay, what do we want to put in here? I think we should put something. Caveman, chewy and delicious, GMO free, grain free is important. Let's go back.
GM no.
This is their sell sheet that they made of their selling point, so maybe there's something on here. Gluten free, no refined sugar. I don't know if we want calories for kids. I don't know about that. Oh, maybe we could put our grandmother made long time ago. No.
Yeah,
That's too much.
We love that, but yeah, it's pretty. Ooh, actually, you know what you could do is be kind of fun.
What?
Maybe like, you know, just like your great, and then it wraps around great grandma used to make.
The box?
Yeah, the bottom.
The bottom of the box?
The bottom says just like your like the sentence continues because it's multiple grandmas.
Right.
Around.
Totally.
Just a thought.
I want something in here though.
Okay, sorry. Sidetracked. So Helen, we don't know why a green circle is floating, but we're gonna find out right now. It is like a little call out. It's gonna speak to your soul. It's gonna be like, yes, you get me. You're gonna fill this void I have in my heart.
What about just like healthy cookies or nutritious? There's words that are regulatory that you can't say, but this is not for real, so we'll just do what we want.
Yeah, do what we want.
Healthy snack. You don't like it?
It's pretty standard. I would rather say dairy free or grain. I mean, we already have grain free up there.
Paleo snack.
Do we make up a new word? That's what I'm looking at.
Right.
I don't know.
Let's see what Paleonola has again.
But then again, if you put something like chewy out there, it feels like such a call out. Is there going to be a crunchy cookie? Is it that?
Well, honestly, I don't love chewy cookies, so I'm like, do we put that on there? Because I almost went to buy granola the other day, and it was like soft and chewy, and I was like, why? For the granola?
Okay, next question. Do you like chocolate or gummy or both?
Oh, those are my two.
Or you like them both?
Yeah, I like them both.
Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting that you, because I go for chewy and chocolate.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at.
So gluten-free, no oats, no. Then we have.
Is it GMO free and gluten free? Does it mean they're not charging you for it, but it's still in there?
You guys, just kidding. No preservatives. That's a good one. Preservative free.
Caveman approved.
Real
That's
food.
kind of fun.
Caveman approved.
Put it in your mouth.
Lit snack.
Do it. Just put it in there.
Bite healthy.
But-
Okay,
but
lit snack for the kids.
Yeah.
Mommy, what does lit mean?
Lit? Is this flammable? I don't know. Is this safe to have in my house?
Are we doing lit? I
Do
vote
lit
for
snack
lit
for now. Because it's fun. I don't know. I love it.
Oh, grab
Chase,
it.
you win, buddy.
Grab it. That's a little too
Lit
political.
snack.
Okay. No, I can't put lit snack. Are we doing lit
Yeah.
snack? Okay.
Yes. I mean, this is for fun, right? It's either that or
Oh my god.
it's bomb.
Lit
Just joking.
snack.
See, Helen's
I
laughing.
can't even.
And caveman approved. But anyways, yeah.
Um,
You don't know if it bothers you.
it's
your,
bothering me.
Yeah, it's
but
like
I love it. Let's
yeah.
not. But okay. Wait, what were some other ones? Okay.
Caveman, grab it, put it in your mouth hole. Hassan, what's up, buddy, from Pakistan?
I'm
Welcome,
gonna
my
do
friend.
paleo because we haven't put that on
Oh,
the
good.
package yet, and it needs to
Cool.
be on there, I think.
Perfect.
But how do we want to do it? Do we want to do it in a circle?
So what's the design impetus for putting it where you're putting it and doing that?
The call out?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, everyone grocery shops, right? How many things do you pick up because of a call out? You're like, oh, I didn't know that. Buying. It's like in grocery, there's all the trends of like turmeric or this or that and kind of buzzwords, which are significant and mean something. So that's why I'm putting it there because it's extra and then it can
Change the-
swap out as the trends and health information pivots.
And then I just like as a designer how you put this again call out like off to the side. You have everything so centered that this offsets it. It makes it more interesting
right
in that color.
and then it'll be consistent across the board because green will be a color that we use across the board.
Ooh, good question. I don't know, Drew. I don't know if green, free, and paleo are the same thing.
No, they're different. What did he ask?
Yeah, if paleo and grain free are the same thing.
Lit smacking.
You're killing us, David. Lit smacking good.
So grain free means there's no grain in it. Well, I see what you're saying. Paleo does mean no grain, but it means a lot more than no grain.
Yeah. What you said. That's good.
This typeface it's weird. It's like touching and should we try and outline it and see what we do?
It is a great brand, just the whole idea of caveman and paleo. Totally works.
What's happening?
No, Tanya just says lit is hilarious.
Why is that so funny? Do y'all remember the band Lit? Anybody?
Oh, vaguely. What do they sing?
They have the Doris Day cover, but it's like, yeah.
Do you guys remember the band Lit?
It was like back in the day.
Man, what do they sing? We're tackling only the important issues here
Right.
on Adobe Live.
I figured y'all are kind of bored.
Kelly Thompson, redesign, free cookies for everyone tomorrow. Sent to your, just open up your CD-ROM drive. We'll send it to you. Open up that CD-ROM drive. Little cookie will come right out. It's like, what's a CD-ROM drive? And it doesn't have a tray anymore, hardly. So. Oh, My Own Worst Enemy was one of their songs.
Yes. Can we get a little background music? Cue the
There is
Lit
some-
in the background music.
Well, we have copyright issues with that.
Oh,
but
right.
we could act like there is music playing and you feel it.
Yeah, I feel it. Copyright.
Oh, good. You're
All
working
right.
it. You're working your magic.
These are good words that moms love, and they're true. Okay, we're not about lying. Is that too much white? Okay. All right. Let's take the stroke down a bit.
And Drew, you bring up a good point. Like,
What's he saying?
they might mean this. They might mean the same thing. That doesn't mean you still can't. Obviously, you still can't have both.
Right.
Because
And
paleo is still will appeal to some people. Grain-free kind of says the same thing, but...
And it's another one of those things. People get confused about what means what, so, you know, people...
Not just like we are. I'm like, is paleo grain-free?
Right.
And that's
And
what advertisers do all the time. They kind of try to confuse you a little bit.
Well, we don't want to confuse. We want to educate.
Yeah.
And obviously the client will have feedback about this.
I know, it's like the one I think of right now is there's Burger King has some breakfast croissant sandwich.
Yeah.
And the croissant is made with 100% butter, but they don't tell you that also it might have vegetable oil in it. It just says that the butter's 100% butter. Does that make sense, or am I losing my mind?
What?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, we use 100% butter, but then we add all this other junk in here
Oh,
to also,
right. Not just butter or something.
It's not just like butter and flour, blah, blah, blah.
Right. Totally.
So anyways, I'll stop.
I think I need to
I'm going to
spit
play
this
with...
out.
I'm excited about some of your other flavors, too.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Oh, yeah, we have 30 minutes left. Anything people want to see in the last 30?
Yeah, we have about 30 minutes left. What's up, Miguel? Macro balanced. Wow, Helen's getting deep. Macro balanced snack.
Oh. Yeah, paleo people, tell us what we should add. Macro balanced. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure the owner
It's like
of this
macro.
does. Yeah,
I
you're
assume
into
it would be
health.
macronutrients, just like your carbs, protein, fat.
And I'm not using the tracking tool because it's wonky on this typeface, if y'all are wondering.
The what?
The tracking tool, if people are wondering why I'm like hand tracking these letters, it's because it was like wonky on this typeface. Anyway. Okay. Still
I like it.
not-
I'm even liking, like, I'm kind of torn on that pattern, but I think it's just me, the pattern in the background.
Oh, are you?
Because every time I look up here that doesn't have the pattern,
like
I'm
it?
like, that looks pretty darn clean.
Oh.
And I think about the old brand, the new one, it's like kind of cleaning it up and tying it in with
Oh,
the
yeah.
new brand.
Should we do a little side by side? Hopefully I'll like the right better. What do y'all think? Should we ask? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't have ego in this. I'm
I
open
don't
for
know.
all. This is
How are
just
you?
fun.
Wow, okay, cool.
Left or right?
And we're... Answer your question, William. If you're going from... A vector changes color when you're going from Illustrator to Photoshop and you're using the same color profile, like CMYK, it shouldn't change. I mean, make sure they're both CMYK. That's a good question. I could probably try it, actually.
Cool. All right, we have one right.
Right, for sure. Adam, thank you so much, Adam. Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate that.
White, right. Okay, good. Good. We're on the right path. Yeah.
Good.
Okay, cool.
All the way right from Omar. Thank you, Omar.
Cool.
Red V.
We
I'm not even sure if people are really even seeing that pattern.
Yeah, I guess you
Let
can't
me
see
actually
it.
look.
There's a few comments about color, but there's going to be
Yeah.
multiple colors on shelves. So it's going to be looking like a rainbow on shelf. So if each package has a bunch of color in each one, then it's not going to be distinct enough from the other flavors. So I see what you're saying with the add more color. But you have to think about it as a set, a competitive set versus just one.
So, and by the way, so I don't think there's, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, I guess you can't
They
see
might
it.
not be,
Oh.
which is totally cool.
Yeah.
That's why they're saying white, so it's cool.
Yeah, maybe I'll dial it up.
Either dial it up or who knows.
See, can you see it now? Is it coming?
I think you probably have to maybe zoom in.
Oh, yeah, now you can see it. A little bit. You should still add the line pattern to the right. Wow. Anyway, cool. Cool.
Well, thank you guys.
Yeah, thanks.
That was kind of a little scary asking that question.
I don't mind. I mean,
That's what makes her good.
I've been in this for so long. If you have ego,
Love it.
when
It's
you're
so
designing
true.
for groceries, it's for other people, not you. So you got to know if it's resonating. And this is all about fun at the end of the day. I mean, package design gets thrown away after you eat it. So, no big deal. It's just fun. Oh, thank you, Adam.
And they do. Adam does, loves your professional insight, which I like. You know, just the consistent banding that you see. Obviously, some of the standards that you have to have there, like the size, the yum factor.
Yes.
I feel like it has the yum factor. I still don't know what alpine has to do with hazelnut and carob.
Right. That's a good point. Yep, I like it because it worked on the other one because he had like earmuffs on and stuff. And it felt
But like, what's alpine about hazelnut and carob? It's just a name. I don't really.
It's not alpine-y? They don't grow up in
I-
This is good. This is good,
Like,
you guys.
I don't know.
We
Like,
don't want to
you get
confuse
hazelnuts in Hawaii, and I know, it's pretty mountainous,
Yeah,
but
no,
I don't
you're
think
right.
they're like in the Himalayas pulling down hazelnuts. But
That's an interesting point. Because, I mean, if you look at the other ones, we've got Mayan, which makes sense with the chili.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. New World, pumpkin maple, kind of like oatmeal. But yeah, it's confusing. So we're in talks about that with the client, but for now,
No, it's good to ask. Step back and ask these questions.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, were you always like this? Like even starting out, pretty open to criticism and like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't take things personally. I'd rather have honesty than politeness. I've just never really valued that.
No.
And I think feedback is really valuable and you can grow a lot from it.
Man.
And it doesn't mean you have to take it. It just means, I'm going to try that on. I want to be open to it because in the end, I want it to be a win-win for everybody. If it's just winning for me, what's the point?
But did you ever, because I think there are sometimes when you get these comments and you kind of bristle, you're like,
Oh yeah, for
know?
sure. I see what you mean. I mean, yeah, I definitely have some soft spots where I'm just like, oh, okay.
I'm sensitive about that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just, so right out of college, I start working at this company. I get another designer hired from my school. Anytime somebody would stand over her or give her, she would just sit like this. She'd just be like this. And wouldn't say a word. And it's like,
yeah.
okay, first of all, your body language is freaking way off base.
Right.
And she could not accept criticism. She lasted like maybe 6 months.
Yeah.
And it was a fantastic job.
Right.
And she lost it because she couldn't take criticism.
I mean,
And I'm like, hey, if you can't take criticism, be a fine
designer.
Be a fine artist.
Right.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right, exactly.
You know, there's a
Just
place for
different
you,
fit.
or you freaking soften that backbone.
Exactly.
Sorry.
No.
Oh, I don't like my colors.
Hovering art director
Make it look. Oh, hovering art director comments. I love it. Make it taste good. Make it. That's what the hovering art director.
I love
it taste
how
good.
people are so split on the pattern. Some people hate it and some people love it. Isn't that funny? That's another thing. It's like at the end of the day, it's all opinions, and you know, who knows?
Yeah, it's really-
we have more time. I was thinking we were done at 10:30, so I was like
Yeah.
wrapping up. What am I thinking? I'm sorry. Okay, we have lots of time.
What are we gonna do, and how can I help you?
Yeah, sorry.
Autumn.
Let's tweak the name or think about it, because you're right. What does alpine mean? Or should we start on a different one so we can start to see how they're looking together?
I think if we go like a different direction, like if we even take a different flavor, I don't know.
Yeah, like a different
something.
flavor and basically don't recreate this version.
Yes.
Do like the yogi one or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah,
That
let's
sounds
look
like
at
fun
the
to me.
mood board. So I found that we put together this mood board, and we love this kind of enlightened caveman. Oh.
I had a question or a thought.
Yeah.
Want to ask. How do you feel about like sharing some of these assets?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna use this CC Cookies library. I'm gonna pull from it and create some fun stuff.
Oh, and they can make stuff.
And then I'm gonna just post it. Yeah. So if
Cool.
you guys want to play with this stuff, I'm gonna be playing with it.
Yeah.
The logo's in there. All the basic elements are in there. And yeah, that'll happen.
Cool.
All right.
All right. Yeah, let's make a little a fun little yogi enlightened caveman. What do we think?
I love it.
That?
I love it.
Let's
Since I saw that drawing of the yogi guy, I'm like
into it.
It's hard to be like to not just do just that exact thing.
I know, right?
You know?
Yeah. So, but we'll stylize it. But he will be kind of front and center. So maybe we could put a cookie in his arm or something. Let's get to work.
Sorry, I'm such a loud typer. It's probably looks like people. What's happening?
Morse code over here.
Sorry, I just bang on. I usually have a keyboard cover. It's like a silencer for me because it just like calms it down.
Because you're just so into it.
I'm like, I must get this email out. But I just posted shared the library with you guys in case anybody wants to play with the assets. You're more than welcome to.
Oh my gosh, send stuff in. That would be so fun.
Yeah. So if you do, the best way to communicate with us, you're not going to be able to post links to the chat, but we can watch on Adobe Live. The hashtag Adobe Live is where we'll take a look at your portfolios, and we'll obviously be looking for even anything you create there too. So mainly through Twitter. Hashtag Adobe Live. I'm like, I must get this email out. You know how you ever have those classes that you took in high school? You're like, I'm never going to use this. We had typing
algebra.
Class. We had typing class, and I'm like, I'm never gonna. What is this?
Really?
Most used class. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I got
took
good.
that, but I never learned properly.
I know. Sorry.
You're fine.
All right.
We want to have him have a cookie.
Sam, thanks for joining us. He's got to take off 8:30 p.m. I saw somebody from Pakistan that joined us as well. We are here in beautiful in a field in Texas, as you can see. It's just, I don't know why there's a sunrise and it's like 12, it's noon and we have a sunrise.
Because it's always the
work
golden
with
light
us.
with us.
Yeah, it's... Kelly has this natural glow about her. Naturally. So.
Uh-oh, people are here, y'all. I get nervous when the people come in. Okay. We want to take his face. Do we want to make him geometric like the other one? Or do we want to make him our own little version? Maybe we do that. Let's take away some of his. Let's find a more simplified version that we did. Oh, he's cute too. I forgot about him.
I definitely love the whole thought of the enlightened caveman.
Yeah, for sure. Let's
Like,
just find
you know what I'm saying? Because he's on a paleo diet.
Yeah, I guess
He's
we can't
he's
have
been working out.
we can't have him
He's
having
in
a big
touch with
cookie
his soul.
belly.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, we're playing around. Good to see you guys. So Farm Design just walked in. Good to see you, Aaron and Christine. They're up next in about 20 minutes. So super cool. Continuing on with their product design, which is gonna get you thirsty. Like this one's just getting you hungry.
Right.
Just want to have cookies for breakfast.
Ooh, I think I just want to add. What's a yoga pose, y'all, that we could have him doing?
Yoga poses, or anything like this with the hands, where it's like this.
Oh yeah, but we can have him holding a cookie and doing something.
Maybe he has. Yeah, this is good.
I keep flipping, it's not flipping the way I want it to.
Don't worry, Helen. Kelly, she'll be wrapping up in 20 minutes. We'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, what are you going to miss, Helen?
You gotta, like, they might be going through Kelly withdrawals even after tomorrow, so they're gonna need know how to, like, get a hold of you and stalk you on the Instagram.
KT1123 on Instagram. Y'all can follow on my road trip and tell me where to go. I'm doing Canada, like up basically from Detroit all the way over to Montreal on the far right, and then all the way down Maine, New Hampshire, ending in New York, all of it. So please follow.
New York, yeah, okay, cool. Maine.
All right.
And even you said Canada, so like Toronto and Montreal.
Yep, Canada, Montreal, and the in between. Let's make him sit crisscross. Let's look at that really fast. Sitting crisscross, right? Crisscross legs. What do y'all call it? Indian style?
It's crisscross. It's no longer Indian style.
Right.
Right? It has there's a whole rhyme that goes with it. Crisscross legs, so.
Yeah. Do y'all ever, how do y'all draw? Do you draw from Google Images? Do you draw from your brain? How do people do it?
I honestly think, I think I would like to hear from people out there, you know. Most people are using reference photos, so that's as good.
It's like we gotta make his hips even.
Crisscross applesauce. That's what I was thinking. Thanks, Chase.
I thought that was a ski term.
Could be. Crisscross applesauce.
When you need to break.
That's like pizza. I knew that as pizza.
Oh yeah, French fries pizza.
French
yeah, I'm
fries,
getting
pizza.
it all confused. Okay.
It's funny how it's all like food related.
Right. Something kids can relate to. Alright, how do I do that without his hip?
Hugo's used references. Agatha. It's always impressive when people can just start drawing without a reference.
Right? It's crazy.
But technically they're doing it from memory. So they've had
There's
plenty of
always a
references, yeah, in the past.
What the heck?
If you did like he's doing the splits. The visuals for some of these are just kind of fun. To think of a yoga man doing, or a caveman doing yoga poses is just entertaining.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, he's gonna take some TLC. I can't decide.
The warrior pose with like a cookie.
He's looking very octopus-like right now, but he'll be in a good spot by tomorrow. Do we need to make his legs even?
Marion. Oh yeah, I like that the tilt seems to be a little more natural, and that's why I like that reference photo that you're using.
Right.
It seems like seems a little
Butterfly
more.
legs.
Yeah, I think they should be crisscrossed. Yeah.
With just his big beard belly.
Yeah, I think so.
No,
why am I doing this? I still need to draw.
Yeah, draw. I get nervous drawing in front of people.
Yeah, no.
The designing is not so bad, but the drawing. Okay, so let's see. We have his basic
That's looking
shape.
better. Yeah, that's good.
We have his shape, but I want to.
You're doing a good job of keeping the curves. The curves are.
I want him behind.
Yeah. Yeah, you're going to have to break that up into two different lines.
I know. But I'm not ready to outline it yet. So we'll get back to that. Okay. Let's clean out some of these. All right. We have this guy. Where does his eyes go?
Fullerton in the house. Marion, you do traditional drawing, but on a computer, and you always use reference. You're probably using like maybe a Wacom tablet. You and I we're just like mouse jockeys. I usually just use a mouse.
Yeah, I like a mouse. Or I draw with my hand and scan like we did. All right.
So by the way, I shared that library, so you do have the caveman's head. If you guys want to.
Yeah, what are people doing?
Want to turn him into a yogi?
I think he should be more rounded.
Let's take a look. Thank you so much, Nightbot. Saying, hey, download Project Felix. Try that out as well. You can win $1,000 Creative Cloud and mentoring from an awesome designer. Yeah, Kathy using a tablet.
Why can't I pen? No.
While you're doing that, I'm going to review a couple portfolios.
Perfect.
So let's switch over. We have two that we're going to review. So switching over, we have David Loblaw. Great photo. Nice.
I could go for that right
New,
now.
new beer label.
I could go for a beer. Look at that train in the back.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
That's great. Featured work, serious. That's awesome. Photoshop work. So you do all sorts of things. Social media marketing. Trying to kind of dive into some of this. Packaging. Yeah. Logos and marks.
Ooh, that's cool. The good ink.
Yeah, the
I
good
like
ink's
that a
super
lot.
clever. No, I like it, man. I think the big thing is like, and we get this question sometimes, is like developing a style, because I think, you know, they'll see you work and want to imitate that style, and then see somebody who does more of a painterly, different look, and you have so many interests. So sometimes your portfolio can be all over the map. Obviously, Dave has some great Photoshop skills, but definitely graphic design oriented. This looks good. Colors are all pretty uniform. I like how we added this slant here, right? Because it just definitely makes it more interesting and is angular like the cooler. So good job, man. DavidLoblaw.com. Fantastic. Even some case studies. All right. So Megan Dudley. Megan, how are you doing? I don't know if you're in chat. Here's some of her work. Yeah. So this is pretty interesting. We have a lot going on. Got this low poly. Let's take a look at this low poly portrait. You know.
Oh wow.
Which is it is definitely like a fun style. Curious as to how you make that, you know. Actually, technically there's software out there that can kind of mimic this, but I know a lot of people who might use Photoshop or Illustrator, and it's painstakingly sampling colors and triangulating the image in the background. But good job. Some traditional stuff. Look, we have some stuff over here. And let me just double check. Yeah, I would say for this Highlander management logo, I don't know any of the background of it, or, you know, the direction you were given. Okay. I think the trend right now is, you know, to go more graphic and flat, so that's kind of what I would initially think. I'm starting to see like an F, and I don't know if that's on purpose with this hockey stick. So it's interesting that this H has a dimension, but the graphic in front doesn't. So that's my 2 cents. Oh, here we go. Different version, different version. So yeah, I'd almost say less is more in this case. But thank you so much, Megan. It's looking fantastic, and hopefully you're having fun, because I think we have like the best jobs in the world, quite frankly. Right? We do. Do you ever? Who works late at night and freaking does stuff all the time and like,
Right.
you know, I think it's really fun. You get inspired and then you get tired and you go to sleep.
Well, especially with package design, you get all the goodies.
And then
They're
you get
like, oh, incoming granola, incoming cookies. I'm gonna need some samples of that to get inspired, you know. And then you always have nice gifts to give that are personal. You can say, here's a nice bottle, 6-pack of beer. I designed it.
Right? It's such a proud moment. I mean, when you walk into a store and you're like, hey, I made that.
It is cool.
I would just stand by it all day. Like, oh, are you looking at this? Yeah, I made that.
It's also funny when you don't love how it turned out. Like, say the client picked something that you're like, oh, I'm less cool on this one. And then people love it. And you're like, kind of, you know, it's an interesting thing. Like,
yeah. When you're like, you might not be crazy proud of it, but everybody's all enthused about it. Right. Hey, Helen, I know I didn't review your portfolio. Just, you could hashtag Adobe Live. You could do @PaulTrani, PaulTrani, because I think it might have gotten lost in the feed down lower, but I'd love to check it out.
What do we think his upper hand should be doing? Should it be reaching for something? Should we, you know? Oh, look, we made a happy accident, I think. I kind of like all the little...
Yeah,
as an alternative version.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, it's fun.
I mean, I would clean it up and make these less hazelnutty, but, you know, you get the idea. But,
he's blue because it's a nice complement to the brown.
Right. Well, I'm thinking once I tweak his body, he could be like a cute little thing on the back that says, you know, it's his little sign off, and then his beard can change color with the packaging, or I don't know. But what should his hand be doing, and how can we make his body look better? Less geometric.
So I'm looking at the one in the upper. Yeah, the upper right.
Yeah. I mean, we can add fingers and details, obviously. Or I can just make it less geometric and draw it.
I like this is really pretty tricky, because I would say, like, can we make his arms and legs look more like arms and legs and less like noodles, but still simplified.
Right? That's the trick. Not that.
Oh, ooh, that wasn't even that bad though.
Well, no, I need to adjust the pen tool, and also we
There's
can
a hand.
take, like, do we want to make him hairy?
Yeah, is he completely... Then he really starts to look like a Yeti, but yeah, we could try it. You could do, like, he could have short sleeve hair. He just goes to, like his elbow.
Yeah.
Maybe that would, like, tie it together. You know how you have short sleeve arm hair? You know. Right, guys? Hugo knows what I'm talking about. Just joking.
Let's try this. See, sometimes the pencil tool doesn't.
I think we're on the right track. This is good.
Yeah, well, I usually start out with shapes, and then for the base, and then kind of draw over them.
Oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Just so you have your...
And maybe they, sort of near his beard, do they kind of curve out like it's, I don't know. But that looks, yeah, that's good.
Goodbye.
Hey, buddy.
Goodbye, everyone.
All right, guys. Fantastic, Kelly.
Perfect.
Now that
Just
you're all
time.
hungry and everything, Any closing words or plans for tomorrow? We will see you and us,
He'll be in a
quite
better
frankly.
place. And thanks for watching.
He's already in a better place. He's a yogi. Yeah, caveman guy. See you guys.
Bye.
All right,
Thank
up next,
you.
farm design.
Yeah.
Join us. Stay here.